Look at that, 5 minutes early. 5 minutes early I am. Hello Andrew. Let's have a little buff up with the glasses. These are what I use to clean the coins with. Hello. Hello. This will be interesting. Yeah. This will be a little bit interesting. Hello, Andrea. Who we got there? Hello, Daniel. Hello. Oh, blimey. There's quite a few people on. UK Coin Hunt. Hello. Madeleine. Hello. David. Jeff. Will. Daniel. Polly. We out here, boys. Nice to see you. Look. Hello, Jamie. Nice to see you, Jamie. Hello, Scott. You know, you often hear, well, like when they talk about celebrities and things, and they go, "Oh, so and so, the nicest man in show business," and all that. Right, nicest man in show business. Well, I've got to say, the nicest man in the coin collecting world that I've met so far ever is Scott Donaldson. Fantastic. What a lovely bloke. Nice to see you, Scott. What else we got? There's Coin Snatcher. Good evening. And over here, we've got no one else there. That's cool. Look, my scissors are a bit. Well, we saw. I didn't really give these much of a look, but we saw them through the bag a bit, and I thought, oh, we've got a few Paddington at the Cathedrals there, so I thought that's a result, because I need some of them. I haven't got many. In fact, somebody, a couple of you have sent me some recently, and but this is a whole bag. Yeah. That was a completely full bag of Paddington at the Cathedral, which I actually think, along with a couple of other people, is going to be not the most common of coins. I'm looking for the cash bags. We've got a pile of cash bags here, because I've opened these bags up, and I know we've got a pile of cash bags, new ones. And I should have got myself already, shouldn't I? But I thought we had some cash bags. Okay, put them in there. I'll put them in there for the moment. So far we've had a hello Lorna. Oh, blimey. Chris Dyer, Ben, Scott. Scott is fantastic. Lorna, Aaron. Went to the mint today, got 10p's and a strike your own 50p. I hope you got loads of 10p's, Coin Snatcher. Whole 50p bag is probably full of them. Hi Ian, long time no see. Hi Hannah. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me that I haven't taken the time to even, you know, properly check it. I need to look for a few bitsies and bobsies because I'm running out. And I haven't had any time to do it. So I just asked her to pick me up a bag and I'll do some tonight. Hello Nanny Sue. Just off to dinner, but I watched replay from live today and seen that number 77. 115 points, which is my number, but it's only saying half. We'll catch you tomorrow. Yep, no problem. We'll sort that out for you. I've got no sound. I don't know why that would be. Hi Chloe. I don't know why that would be actually. And we've got David Carter, Ian Menham, Shane. Hello everybody. I'm sort of trying something a bit fancy here, right? I've got my iPad over there and I've got my iPhone over there. So I've got the iPad over there doing YouTube live, and I've got the iPhone over here doing Facebook live. Thought I'd have a go, see how it would work. So you'll have to just sort of bear with me a little bit, because I'll have to do a little bit of this, backwards and forwards. It's nice to see everybody. Hello, Yazzie. And I haven't actually done a Facebook live since I was in hospital, have I? So I think you might be right, you know. So yeah, not doing my job properly. I've not checked the bag or looked through the bag or anything. I just got Kelly to nip down a post office, because we've got a business account there with Santander. And if you've got a business account, that's another full bag of Paddington at the Cathedral. And if you've got a business account at the Santander, then you can, when you order coin, you get it from the post office. Now, of course, if we've ended up with a, this is now looking likely, yeah, if we've ended up with a full bag at Paddington at the Cathedral, on the one hand, it's like, oh, it's 250 quid wallop on the shelf, can't mess about, can't put any back to the bank. That's another full bag, can't put any back to the bank, got to keep them all. So, and it's a bind if they turn out to be not a rare coin, because then I've ended up keeping them for nothing. But as a retailer, that's what you've got to do, because you don't know what's going to happen next. Anyone seen the new 50p people sets? No, I haven't. Nice to see you back, David Clark. Glad you had a good time at the Mint. I had a great time at the Mint. Fortunately, Nick Willis couldn't make it, but he says hello. Oh, that's a shame. Hello, John. Chris, ain't seen any Cathedral paddies yet. Need 4 Cathedral collection. Are they going in your shop? I think we've got them in the shop. Hi, David. I think we've got them in the shop. I think we've got them listed. But I've been short of them because I haven't been able to get hold of any. Now all of a sudden I decide to, all right, let's do a coin hunt on live, and I decided to do that, sorting out a few coins, and yep, wallop. We've ended up with there's no point me opening all these then. That looks like Cathedral. That's Cathedral. That's Cathedral. Yeah, I think that's what we're tapped into. Look at that. It's not that I don't want them, I'm over the moon, I'm overjoyed I've got these, because I don't think they're going to be an easy to get coin. But, don't know. They could turn into another Peter Rabbit, or they could turn into another Benjamin Bunny, couldn't they? Cathedral. And I take it you've all seen the news, and you've all heard the news so far, so Flopsy Bunny 1.4 million and Peter Rabbit 2018 1.4 million, which makes them both rarer than a puddle duck. That's another one. Hi Adam, yeah, I was a little bit surprised, sort of. Yeah, I think Light is on overtime today, isn't he? Thanks ever so much, Warren. Appreciate it. Hello, Steve. Dragon All Coins is there. The beatings will continue until morale improves. How could you see that? In the best. How could you see that? I have got a sign at the back, and it does say that the beatings will continue until morale improves. I don't know how you could see that on the camera. Check out the mintages, he says. Hello, Lorna. Nice to see you, lovey. So I've opened the bag, and it's At the moment it's all Paddington at the Cathedral, which will replenish stocks nicely to that one. Cathedral. I think they're already on our site. I mean, you can tell me if they're not, but I think they are. We have been sold out, but they should be on the site. If not, they'll be added tomorrow. If he hasn't added, if they're not already, oh, they might have been zeroed if we were out of stock. Yeah, we might have zeroed them, so no, they might not be on the site until tomorrow. Cathedral. But I had a superb time down at the Mint, meeting everybody. You know, and I had a couple of little grumbles on a couple of my videos, but you know, that's me, I suppose. I'm gonna have a little grumble everywhere I go, but it was, we had a great time. Everybody had a great time. And the staff overall were fantastic. You know, a lot of them joined in the fun, signing my shirt and everything. In fact, everybody joined in the fun, signing the shirt. Hello, Paul. Scott says, with the number of shields, Sherlock, etc., the mintage on both Paddington will be lower again, especially as no rabbit in circulation other than your 400. Yeah, quite right, I should think. Oops. Oh, I have sound now. I have to get some to sort it. Okay, cool. Hannah's back on. She's got sound. I honestly thought the alphabet 10p coins would have assorted mintage figures instead of all the same across the letters. I haven't seen it yet. Has anybody seen the mintage figures yet for the A to Z? For the 10p's? Anybody out there seen the mintage figures for the 10p's? I'm only on to a maximum of 8:30, right? And at 8:30, I'm under instructions. I've got to turn the cameras off because my dinner will be ready. And I'm on a promise tonight. I've got burgers, homemade burgers, which I absolutely love, so I can't be late for them. Yeah, so we're not having much of a coin hunt tonight, apart from the fact that I've completely, as a retailer, I've completely and utterly had it off with this bag. It's about time we did. It's about time we had a little result. And I think we've had a big result with this. So I'm over the moon. This is me over the moon, by the way. I don't do sort of jumping up and down excited. This is about as excited as it gets. I might get up and do the dance in a minute, but that's about as exciting as it gets. Cathedral, yeah, not a single tower. And I've already got a couple of bags of tower. But this is the first time I've seen a whole bag of Cathedral. Be interesting to know if anyone else has found a whole bag of Cathedral. Where's this come from? And this came from Birmingham. Cathedral. This whole bag come from Birmingham all the way down to Weymouth. Is this your new office, Ian? Will Snell, Carol Gibson. Every letter has 220,000. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I haven't seen it yet. You lot have all got too much time on your hands. You look happy. I am happy. I'll dance for you when you get something good. Excellent. Blimey, there's more people out there than I can read the comments. Evening, Andy. Polly, hello, Anna. What's occurring? Well, what's occurring at the moment is we're sort of attempting to do a live between the two cameras. So we've got YouTube here, Facebook over there. Dean is working on being able to do it all through, what's that called? Twitch. But I haven't worked it out yet. So this is where everybody works in here. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess. Well, It looks a bit of a mess, but it's not. Sort of know where everything is. That looks like it's a mess, but it's not. It's big bags hanging off the door. We use those, go through quite a lot of them. But they take the weight better than a lot of other things. Those big shopping bags that you get, they take a good amount of weight, you know. Yeah. All cathedrals, hardly likely that odd bag is going to be any different. And that to me says all of. Oh, what's that one? No. So, all the Cathedral, all going into stock. They'll be in stock tomorrow morning, I think. And that's where everything goes, as I always tell you, takeaway pots. Can't fault them. Put a little sign on the front of the box, what's in it. And then put it where you know where it is. Don't be like me and put things down and not know where they are. Know what I mean? Ian, you told me to contact you if my Frankenstein didn't come by the end of last week. Okie dokie, no worries, we'll start we've already started replacing, so things like that. So good to see an evening live. I can't watch during the day. Hi Tracy. Well, it was going to be an evening live with the sorting of the coins, but it's a whole bag of Cathedral, so Paddington at the Cathedral. Do you think you would diversify into the banknotes? I already do the banknotes. I'm going to start doing some videos and showing people what to look for on the banknotes. Pop over to, don't forget to pop over to Dragon Lord Coins, right? His link will be there somewhere. Pop over to Dragon Lord Coins and subscribe, that's the word. Stop bashing them together, Bradley says. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful and at the same time trying to just sort of be as quick as I can. See, you like Chinese takeaways? Yeah, we have a lot of takeaways. Coin inserts would be a great seller. They would be a good seller. If you know someone that does coin inserts and they want us to sell them for them, tell them to get in touch. These will be resorted, but just for now, nice and gently, packed away. Get a label. Then your Royal Mint pen. So we've got 2018 Paddington. This is how I do it. At Cathedral. That's one. Paddington at Cathedral. And then, you know, that's all you want, something like that, every time you're going to do it. And if you're putting it away like as an investment or something, you know, and if you're going to put it away as an investment or something, you're putting it away, then put the date that you bought it and how much you paid. So that if anything does happen to you, then at least whoever comes along and gets it knows some idea of what it's worth. So that's that's the sum of my coin sorting tonight. We'll have to fill the time in with a chat. Pop over there. I had 2 whole bags of Cathedral Paddingtons last week, based in Lancashire. I hope you saved them, Nigel, because I think they'll be worth saving. Hi, Gary. Whoops. Yeah, I've got 2 cameras going. Hello, says Fran. Cup of tea would be lovely. Thank you. Our bag in there. And then they go up on a shelf because they're going to need those. This is the bag that goes on top. This is one of the loose ones, that one. That's it. It's up there. No sugar in Steve's. Why my coins taste like curry, says Ben. Because I'm using my curry pots. No, they do get a wash out, honestly, Ben. Promise. I give them all a good scrub out first. Do you think they'll release Wallace and Gromit? Don't know. Don't know. Yeah, a lot of you don't know. There's a lot of you sort of not sure about that one. Frankenstein, yeah, it's alright, we'll get on that, Kian. If you email John and tell John you've spoken to me, I will replace it. No problem at all. Ian, I have a question for the pre-orders. Will you have an option for change checker packaging? Because I like having my coins in albums, not in the raw mint packaging. Pre-orders, will you have an option? For the pre-orders, will you have an option? Ah, yeah, I get what you mean. Well, I can't sort of really do pre-orders on, I'm sort of rude because I've got me back to you and I don't mean to have me back to you either. That's going to be awkward. That means difficult to do pre-orders on change checker stuff because it's difficult to get hold of. It's a bit difficult to get hold of the change checker packaging. Maybe thanks to Ian and all your work, they actually might. You never know, they might. What have you got? What slop have you got on my shirt, Ian? Hannah says. She thinks this is her shirt. This ain't your shirt. No one's having this shirt. Hello, Judith. Saved £100 worth. Nigel says, unfortunately, Rest had to go through with the tills. Ooh. See, I'd have tried to get rid of something else before I got rid of them. You know, I've got a feeling about these cathedrals. Just got a feeling. Everybody says hello, by the way, Fran. Hello, everybody, she says. I don't think I've got anything down. This is my weird fish one. This cost me £80, I think. £70. Or somebody £70 if it was a pressing. Andy, Ian, did you get my message about iPad? No, so text me. Probably better, Andy, if you text me. To make money, they are. TGBCH, evening, Ian. Quite right, Warren. No, I won your shirt off the weekend. Ah, no, that one. That was the first one I wore. That was the one we wore on the Friday. Fran, could you pass me one of them cakey things?
Cakey things?
Yeah. I think I need a little bit of energy. I do. Judith says hello to Fran as well. Sent it on WhatsApp with a pic, mate. Okay, I will get in and have another look at that probably tomorrow. Thank you. I think I need a little bit of sugar. Flagging already. Only been on 10 minutes. You always get to see me eat something. You know there's a fetish there somewhere, watching people eat. They're called feeders. Sorry. what we're going to do then? Have we got the Paddingtons on our site? Did anybody check? I don't know. No, that was needed. That's falling down. Better. Okay, about there. That's it. Now I know where I am. Paul Taylor from Wigan says, thank you very much for his points for his birthday last Saturday. You're more than welcome. Tell him we said happy birthday. Ian, you're making me hungry, says Lorna. To be honest, I'm making myself hungry. I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward. I can't answer any text messages, by the way, or anything like that, because it's running, and also I probably won't answer any text messages or phone calls. I'll switch my phone off tonight because I won't have much of the evening left, so I'll be having dinner and then I'll turn everything back on in the morning and start checking things out and stuff. And remember, I'm on the live tomorrow as well. So yes, I make myself hungry because I'm really looking forward to my burger now. Last I checked, they're all sold out. Okay. Oh no, Warren says lied. It says Paddington is there. Paddington at Cathedral. Says birthday night. Do I get free bonus points? Yay! My birthday on bonfire night. Yes, lose coins. Who's that? Lose coins. Louise Pollard. Yes, you will. You'll get, if your birth, you get free points. You get £10 every year on your birthday. Did you not know that? Every year we give you £10 on your birthday, so you essentially get a free package coin every year. Well, make sure if you haven't added your birthday, then you won't get your points. See? If you're on the site and you've registered your birthday, you'll get the points. I do this to see if there's any more comments. Nigel says, gets an expensive hobby sometimes, but I've most of the last few years 50p commemorative coins. Was feeling a hunch with. Can't see it, let me see more. So if you've seen any of the videos that we put up, or I put up from the weekend, there's some. I managed to be a bit cheeky and put a 50p Peter Rabbit in the pub next to the Mint, or very close to the Mint. I enjoyed doing that. I got a bit of a kick out of that, I must admit. Hello, Katie. Nice to see you, lovey. So I was going to be sorting coins out. Yeah, my girlfriend is into coin collecting too. What coin do you think I should get her as a gift? Ah, that's a good one. Is your Twitch up and running now, Ian? No, it isn't, Hannah, not yet. My girlfriend's into collecting coins. What coin? Ah. So, when you say you've got your girlfriend into collecting coins, have you got her into collecting, say, your base coins, like what we find in our change and maybe the odd package coin, or have you got her into collecting, say, silver or at that end, or at the moment are you at the bottom end with just sort of what you're collecting in your change for a bit of fun type thing? That would be an important question to know before giving you the advice on what I think you could buy her for was it a birthday? Oh, as a gift. It wouldn't necessarily say a birthday. Yeah. Coin from her year of birth, 10p's in her name, framed. Yeah, see, that's another one that's going to be a big seller, is 10p's in people's names. That'll be a big seller a lot, everywhere, 10p's in people's names. That's why we do. We've listed all the names we could think of, plus all the pet names. Did that months ago. So what kind of collecting what she's found? Ah, right. So in which case then it's quite obvious what you should be buying her as a gift is if you've got someone that's collecting just the coins that they find in their change, etc., then you don't really want to spoil that, because you go buying her all the coins that she can find in her change. What's the point in looking anymore? You know, it takes the fun out of it. But what the ones that you should be buying her as a gift are all the ones that are not released. So the coins that are not released are the ones I would say buy your friend or your partner as a gift, because they can't find them, and then you keep up the fun of looking for change. See what I mean? That's what I think. If Fran got into collecting coins all of a sudden, you know, and wanted to collect coins, that's what I would do. I would buy the ones that haven't been released. I wouldn't buy the ones that have been released. I'd just, you know, keep the hunt going. Keep it going for months. So, there you go. I hope that answers that question. 7:30. What are we even going to talk about? So I was going to do a hunt. Can't do a hunt because I found a whole bag of Cathedral. That's a good idea. From Warren about doing it in a crossword style with her name connecting to your name, that kind of thing. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Nice present to go in a frame. And take that a little bit further. You could have your name and your partner's name going through that way, and then you could have any children's names going through it, and you could extend the crossword. You could have granddad and grandma's names going through it. Now that would make one cool present in a frame. Everybody's name's like a crossword. You should have learnt from Bungalwin, always have a backup bag. Yeah, see, now that'd be a really good idea. I reckon great videos from your trip. Thank you. I'm just messing around today, starting to learn a little bit more about how to use my iPhone movie maker thing. So I might be able to cut a lot of crap out of my videos and then, you know, make them a bit shorter. I was practicing with the one I put up with the train journey, and I cut a lot of the train journey clips over too long. Trailing? Is that a predictive thingy? What's it could be? I wonder how many people you can. Oh, there's 12 people watching on there, and there's 47 people watching on there. That's handy, isn't it? That's good. So, the weekend. Wow, what a weekend! Did you see the video I put up on how to get the 10p's for 20p? Came back with a big one of these. Actually, it was one of these, and it was full up to the top with 10p's. So that's what I got from the mint when I went in the mint. Kept buying postcards. I got a big stack of postcards, and kept going backwards and forwards buying them. So did everybody else. We all bought stacks and stacks of postcards just to get our 10p's for 20p each. Tell us the story of the bunny bags. Bunny bags? As you were doing a 50p hunt, you could mention the Britannian shield years to look out for. Not all viewers will know. Well, that's right. So you've got the 2000 and well, the ones the shield years I look out for are 2009, 2010, 2011, and 2016 so far. And probably they've done another one since, haven't they? But that's what we look out for. And you do tend to find them in your change every now and again. They do come out. Okay. Yeah, we'll sort it. Yeah, that's right. So you've contacted me, Kian, and it hasn't come. And so now what I'm doing is going, yeah, okay, I'll authorise a replacement. I wanted to wait to make sure it hadn't come, but if it hasn't come, then I'll authorise replacement. So now email John, as I told you, tgbch@outlook.com, and tell John you've spoken to me on the live, and I said that we would replace the Frankenstein. Then he'll speak to me, I'll authorise it with him, and it will be sent to you. Ian, if you have a B10p, let me know ASAP. I think we are out of these. We seem to be out of the letter B for both 2018 and 2019. Coin Snatcher, the RM would not let me get loads of 10p's. I only got 12. Well, they did limit it to, the first limit they gave us was 5 coins per transaction, and then they said, and that was on the Friday, we did it again on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday they said it was a maximum of 10 transactions. So we just went to we didn't bother going backwards and forwards at that point. We just went to the postcard rack, took 10 postcards out, went to the till and said, okay, we'll do this in 10 transactions then. And that's what we did, and did it like that, and then we called it a day on the Sunday. But that was the rules then. Beat. Hi Ian, just so you know, I'm in Cozy, but it's kind of my main account, so it's easy to use. Yeah, no worries. Bunny bags are Playboy bags, Ian, being the talk of the talk of the streams. Have they really? Oh. Yeah, well, the bunny bags, they were, oh, there's a load here. It's another, it was something I bought. I saw them for sale on eBay, and there was like a great big box of them. I was hundreds and hundreds, probably a couple of thousand or whatever. And I got them for next to nothing. And then I listed them, and I used to sell them for a couple of quid each. I mean, I paid something like, I don't know, a couple of pence each for each one, but I bought like a huge box. So there was several thousand, but it was, but I got them really cheap. And like I say, I used to sell them for a couple of quid each. And then we didn't bother with our eBay account and stuff. And of course, I wouldn't put these for sale on a coin website. So they become redundant, really. No, and rather than throw them away, I've been saying to Kelly, we'll use them to pack some coins in sometimes, and it'll make it a bit softer. And rather than throw them in a rubbish, we might as well give them a bit of use, give them another last life, and then maybe when you get them, you might think of something to put in it. Otherwise, it will go in the recycling, I suppose. But yeah, so that's the idea behind the bunny bags. Nothing sexy. I can't give you a story about how I went to Los Angeles and spent, the day with What's His Chops, who owns the Bunny Mansion, or anything like that. As much as I would love to, but no, nothing as exciting, to be honest. Hello, Mark. I want a bunny bag. Seriously? You want a bunny bag? Okay, I'm sure we'll get it sorted for you. Lose coins, Louise Pollard. So the next time we get, I don't know how we're going to make sure we do that, really. Oh, I know. If you really want a bunny bag, I mean, they're nothing special. They're only... But I did used to sell them, and funny enough, I used to send a lot of these overseas. They used to buy them, and they used to buy like 10 and 20 at a time, because they would use them for their prom nights, for the daughters and that kind of thing. I don't know if I'd want my daughter going out with loads of these bunny things on her, well, I don't know. I used to say what the thing is, but anyway, they're only thin. But if you want one, I tell you what, when you put your order in, just on the message bit when you place your order, put a message in to say, could you put my order in a bunny bag, please? And then Logan will see it. He'll ask me what that's all about. I'll tell him, and we'll tell Kelly, and she'll put them in one for as long as we've got them. So if you want that, just ask in your thingy, in your message. eBay's just a sexier. Louise wants to get married at the mint. It's an idea. They are a bit cute, I suppose, but I opened my parcel live on Friday and was a little surprised to find a Playboy. Oh, I see. So that's where all the chatters come from, because you opened one on the live and it had a Playboy thingy bag in it. I see. Can I have one too, says Mark. Yep. If you want one, just put them in. I told Amy she should raffle them off. Ah, yeah. If any of you want one, by all means, just put a message in. Yeah, if you get married at the mint, everybody needs to shower you in change, says Steve. Do you have any Isle of Man coins, says Harry? I have got some Isle of Man coins, but I don't know which ones. What Isle of Man coins have we got? Hello, Nick. Nice to see you. Julie. Hello, Julie. What Isle of Man coins have we got? I got 2008 Isle of Man with the Milner's Tower. I've got that one, but I don't think you're going to be able to see these. It's bad light, really. Not particularly good light. I've got that one. I don't know. Right. What have I got that's tasty for the Isle of Man? I've got various years of. I did have a couple of nice ones. Jersey, Guernsey. We've got a 1976. I've only got two of these. You can use your points on these as well, but I've only got two of these. So it's a big one. It's the old large one. Can you see that? What I call the Viking longboat one. Looks like an old Viking longboat, doesn't it? But anyway, I've got two of them from 1976. And we've got 1980 Day of Tynwald, another Viking longboat. That's in spanking condition, that one is. 1980 Viking longboat thing. Forgot this side. I've got one of those. That's in really good condition, that is. That looks like that's come out of us. Still a bit. No, it's just in not bad condition. Got a mark on it there. Got that one. What else we got? 1982. Got one of those. Another sort of longboat one. Isle of Man, 1982. That's a big one as well. The old big 50p. It's the old big 50p. 1982, that one. I've got one of those. I haven't got any more of them. That's it, I think, for the. I mean, that's the juiciest Isle of Man that I've got. You know, they're not overly juicy, but they're probably the dearest Isle of Man ones that I've got. Did anyone spot you at the mint? No, well, no one. Are the 10p's you got at the mint on your site? Yes, they are, Suzanne. All those ones we got at the mint on all those addressed to Suzanne, but anybody else that's interested in the 10p coins. So all those coins that we got for the mint, and I said in the comment and in the video that they were all uncirculated, right? Which they were, because they all came out of an uncirculated bag, and we saw them, all of us, you know, not just me. You can ask any of the coin tubers, they were all there, and they saw them, you know, cutting the bags open and putting them in the tills, because we all kept cleaning them out of the tills. First one till would go out of 10p's, then another one, we'd all go to that till, we'd all go to that till. So they were all uncirculated coins, but even though they were all uncirculated coins, when I've got back here, we've put them all into stock, as in the VGC stock, if you like. So if you buy what I've classed as good condition 10p's, or the VGC one, very good condition one, on our website, what you're actually going to get is them ones that they're uncirculated. You know, they've not been through the system, they've not been through change, so they're still uncirculated, but I've put them in the boxes as if they were circulated. Do you see what I mean? If you see what I mean. Any idea when a dual date will come in? No, none whatsoever at the minute. Doubt if we'll get one in a bag opening. Hello, Disney. Feels strange being on this time. It does feel strange to me as well. Do you have Jane Austen or Aviation £2 in stock or restocking? I do have some left, David. I don't think we've got any listed on the site. I just got some that I've kept back in case I need to do any replacements and things. I have about 20 on my eBay listings, but they're all pretty pricey. Says Dragon Lord. Worth going over and having a look at his stock, see what he's got. Has anyone used the Royal Mint Groupon offer 30% off the Mint Experience? No, I haven't used that one, Judith. I didn't even know it was there. What I'd be interested in knowing is, will you get 30% off the top one? Because they do a normal Mint Experience, a silver one and a gold one. And on the gold one, you get the option of striking your own gold proof, or silver one, silver proof. So can you use the Groupon on that? Because that's priced about 95 quid. That would be worth saving then, 30 quid. By all means, put a link up to Steve's website or his channel. My burgers, not yet been. They should be done soon, 8:30. You're welcome, Harry. Andrew thought my cat had been out because I was a good girl. I was well behaved, says Disney Princess. Can't see links, but not a mod. Which are silly money. Dragon all coins. I can't send links because I'm not a mod. There you go, Steve. You can now. No point you having access to the channel if you haven't got access to the moderating bit to post a link. So you can post a link now, Steve. I didn't realise I hadn't done that. Partly offering a public apology, they should make a coin design with your pick. Oh, that would be fantastic. Could you see me on a coin? You know, would anybody like to see Ian on a coin? I don't think so. Ian, I've got someone on Instagram who says they've found one of your Peter Rabbits in circulation. Then tell them congratulations from all of us, Katie. That's brilliant. No one can have a, if anybody asks you, Katie, people have been asking, can they have a certificate for it? They can't have a certificate. If they found it, then that's good luck to them. Interesting group on 30% off. Oh, you can have a carer with you free, yeah, if you take evidence of your disability thing. I've not heard of anyone found any of my Peter Rabbit coins that I found in Merseyside, and it still feels like I'm being rude over here. I don't mean to be. but there's more comments coming in over on the left hand side than what there is on the right hand side. So I'm sort of trying to read them. I saw Peter Rabbit with a letter on eBay, 45 quid roughly, says Coin Snapchat. Ah, that might have been the one we saw the other day. We was talking about that. We was all sitting at the table over at, when we was over at the Royal Mint. There was me, there was Steve and Scott and who else was there? Bungle was there and Al was there, Womble, and Dean from My Family Collects and Graham, and I don't think I've missed anybody out, and Lady M. We're all there, and Scott had a little bid on one, and he got outbid, and one went up to, I think it sold for 60 quid. I don't know who it was, but I think it sold for 60 quid. Yeah, so, you know. £60 it ended, that's right, yeah. Scott's just saying £60 it ended on. So that got sold for 60 quid. Well, in a way, you know, look at it this way. Whoever it was, it's like, it's virtually almost guaranteed that it's somebody that's one of the volunteers, right? So that volunteer has put that coin up that they've got free with the letter that they got, and they've got 60 quid for it. So essentially they've got paid 60 quid for going and putting those coins out, which, you know, when you think about the fact that they was quite happy to do it for free anyway, the fact that they've earned 60 quid doing it, it's not a bad little result, is it really? So I think that's quite good. Great idea, Ian, on with the Gruffalo release. Yep, on with the Gruffalo release. We've got to continue doing the Gruffalo one. I'm still in the middle of sorting out the packets and all the rest of it and emptying all the packets, but we are getting ready to now start putting a new map together to get all the, we've just got a few more Peter Rabbit videos we're waiting on coming in. Those of you that haven't done your video yet, we really appreciate it if you get a move on, get them in. We need to get them up, the rest of them up. Can't wait for the Gruffalos. Yeah, they're going to be coming out. And we're also going to find a way, I'm looking at a way of the people that are investing in the coins for the future, if you like, for the coming months and over the next year. We're going to find a way to speed that process up so that you at least get those coins early. You know, a bit like if we've got this new collectible commodity, then why shouldn't you be able to have access to it earlier? And if you decide you want to sell it, that's entirely up to you. You do what you want with it. If people decide that they want to sell them, then what you end up with is you end up with our name being plastered all over eBay on 100 different accounts or 1,000 different accounts. So, you know, it's when some you win, some you lose. Yes, my love. What are you doing down there on the floor? Why are you trying to make everybody think that we live in some kind of grovelling relationship? The wife comes in and grovels on the floor. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? This is not our relationship, let me assure you. If there's any grovelling gets done in this relationship, it's generally me. Oh, the Gruffalo Trail and the prize.
I'll go now, my lord.
Yeah, well, I showed him the stones, didn't I?
Yeah, well,
She was reminding me to tell people about the Gruffalo Trail. When are you going?
I'll be putting them out on Monday.
This Monday?
Monday coming.
Monday coming. Okay, so there's a little bit of news hot off the press, so I'll have a quick look at the comments in a minute. But, so, this Monday coming. This Monday coming? Oh, today's Monday. So, yeah, so next Monday, Fran will be on one of the Gruffalo trails. Apparently there's several all over the country, Gruffalo trails. So she's going to go on a Gruffalo trail next Monday with her friend, and she's painted up some stones to do with the Gruffalo. And then she's going to hide these stones on the Gruffalo trail, and they'll be stuck to the back. There'll be details of what's going on with it, and telling the person who finds the stone that if they send that stone back to us with our address, then we will send them a Gruffalo with a COA off of one of the 750. So yeah, so that's happening, and she's going to be hiding, I think it's 5 or 6 stones. I'll look at the comments now, see how far I got behind. Coin, and any others wanting to, yeah, anybody wanting to volunteer, send an email to tgbch@outlook.com, and in the subject line put FAO John Gruffalo. And please make sure that you've watched the latest vids. They're not too long, but there's a couple of vids that up that tells you all the rules and stuff. Ian, quick question: do I have to resend John email about Gruffalo if I can do what's asked if I emailed him earlier? Wouldn't be a bad idea, Hannah. Wouldn't be a bad idea. If the email you sent earlier, and you've written in there, yes, I can do all those bits, then no, you don't need to bother. But I will be sitting down with him over the next week or so, and we'll be working it out. So I've just got to remember all the people that I've guaranteed, like Hannah. No one's going to get mine hands off, says Marie. Yeah, some people just take the view that everybody's saying hello, Fran again, begging permission to enter, sir. There's a lot of people taking the view that they're not going to get rid of their coin. You know, the ones that they get it and they're going to keep it in their collection forever. They have no intention of getting rid of it, and that's what makes, or that's what will make them a more sought after commodity, is the fact that so many of you won't get rid of yours. So out of the ones of you that absolutely will not get rid of it, will keep it forever in their collection, then of course that's taken a huge percentage out of the market. Boom, gone. That only leaves a small percentage of the people that think, well, I would sell mine. Do you see what I mean? Or the people that buy more than one because they're going to sell a few and buy a few more and pay for their purchases that way, because we've got people that are buying, say, 4 with a view to sell 2 to pay for 2, that kind of thing. There's a Gruffalo trail local to me, says Warren. Fran stones are amazing. Yeah, they're really good. Polly Cox, I will send an email again. Would love to volunteer. I think I'll be fun considering I'm in a little village. Yeah, that's great, because you just do like your village and then put one in the village that you're in, and then the next village and the next village and the next village. And as you go out and about, get one in each village. Getting the pre-order coins out early would be a great idea, and would also encourage more to invest, if not waiting months, even years. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the things we've been really talking about and turning over, and we've decided not to do that. We've got a lot of customers that are elderly, and I mean, just think, you know, if you've got somebody that's like, maybe they don't last another 3 years. What if they sorry to say it, what if they pass away next year? You know, they haven't even got the coins that they've ordered, and they've gone and. So we thought about that, and then we thought about, you know, 3 years down the line, well, what about the people, you know, you've got people collecting for their kids. The kid's 13 years old at the moment. They're going to be left school by the time you get the coin. So that don't seem right. But on the one hand, we wanted to try and hold the value for you so that you didn't lose out a little bit. But then, you know, that's the market, isn't it? So we really ought to give, you know, we really ought to let people have them, I think. And we've been having this major discussion about this. And we've come to the conclusion that we really ought to let people have them. And, you know, yes, we put them through the process first of putting them into circulated condition, as it were. But then, instead of waiting, the people that bought into it and the people that invested, let them have them. And if they decide they want to sell them, that's up to them. And that way, if people want to buy 6 and sell 3 or 4 or whatever, and make a little bit of a profit and get theirs for nothing, then why shouldn't they do that? You know, it will only put our name on more eBay listings anyway, because people will be putting a photograph of the COA up there, which will have our name on it and everything. So it can only be good advertising, and it can only be good for you if you've got them. Those of you that have no intention of selling them, well then why shouldn't you have them early? Then you can have them, you know. So that's what we're looking at doing, but it's just going to take us a little while to get on top of it all, but we are doing that. Took my daughter one last week, says Katie. Hammersteady Forest in County Durham's, they're great. I've never been on one. Fran was amazed I didn't even know what a Gruffalo was. I mean, all I knew was it was a kid's character on a coin. I've never heard of a Gruffalo in my life. £150 of points raffle was drawn earlier today. The winner is ticket 77. Is it yours? Is number 77, did that belong to anybody? Because they just won 150 quid's worth of points. Katie's watching us over there and over there. You won 150 quid's worth of points if you got ticket number, whatever it was I just said. 77. Resend the email, says Hannah. Yes, good idea. And it'll be a Marie souvenir from ordering on Ian's Night of Madness. Why Peter Rabbit from me is going nowhere, says Disney Princess. We can get it off the page soon then, says Steve. Whee. Messed it up. I messed it up, I did. I haven't got a drink yet. Someone's not looking after me that much tonight, see? I'm in bad books, otherwise I'd have a nice Scotch and Coke on ice. Ready. Yeah, so where was we? Oh, to think we get another one going. I fancy going again before Christmas. I was thinking about maybe the beginning of December going again. I've also heard that they might be doing, somebody was telling me earlier that they might be doing the Kew Gardens 2019 as a strike your own. I'm not sure I agree with doing a strike your own of the same year, to be honest. I'm not sure I agree with that because there's no difference between the coin, because there's nothing on the coin that says strike your own. It's just the packaging that says strike your own. So I don't think it should be right that they should do a strike your own coin of the same year. What they did with the Isaac Newton was different because it had a different date on it. But I don't think they should do that with a current year. Gruffalo is 20 years old, says Hannah. Yeah, I had no idea. I've never even heard of a Gruffalo story. Don't know nothing about it. I still don't know nothing about it. Pardon me. I think what's going to happen is we're going to put one of those animated kiddie films on one afternoon over the next month or so when we get a chance, and just watch the Gruffalo film if there is one. I've probably seen it. Might have even seen it. I don't know if I've seen it. But no, I have no idea. A what?
I'll do a Jack and Ori for you on the Gruffalo story.
Fran will do a Jack and Ori for me on the Gruffalo. Well, on the video?
Yeah, I'll show them the pictures in the book.
Okay. So you heard that, didn't you? Right. Fran said that she'll do a video live showing the story of the Gruffalo and reading the story of the Gruffalo. So you've all heard that. That's a promise. Isn't it, Fran? It's a promise.
When's the meet doing by?
As soon as possible, I reckon. Maybe we'll organise it this week before you go away for the Gruffalo Trail. That would be a good idea. Do it before you go away. When you get back after the Gruffalo Trail. Okay then. Hello, Starstruck, Anthony. Yes, you can have a start. You can have a shout out. Lighty, remind Ian about the 25th of January. What's happening on the 25th of January? join the club here, neither did I. I'm glad about that. Thanks, Chris. That Mark thought they were talking about being the only Gruffalo in the village. Oh, I see. The Gruffalo movie's on Amazon Prime. We're going to have to try and find it. Thanks, Katie. We'll have to try and find it and have a look. Marie says, we used to say the story of it to the kids when I worked as a nursery nurse back in the late 80s, early 90s. See, I'm so behind. Mental what I don't know. Can Fran do it at bedtime? We would all have a bedtime story. Yeah, I think the idea is they want you to do it at bedtime, no night's time, as a bedtime story. With hot chocolate and everything. I'll make the hot chocolates and the marshmallows on the chocolates, and you do the story. Hannah says, I raffled a coin and the 2 books for Hector's Fund. Oh, that was nice, Hannah. Thank you. That was lovely. "25th of January, there is a few of us from day streams going to the Mint." Okay, are you staying over? That's close to my wife's birthday. Well, 25th of January, might be able to make it. Mint trip. Mint trip, says Steve. Royal Mint trip, Ian, yes. So, is that then, 25th of January, so is the idea to stay over? Yes, we're staying over, some one night, some 2 nights. Okay, and you've already booked that in, have you? What's the 25th then? Is that a Saturday? RJ Coins has loved the Gruffalo stories. My boys grew up on those and the other Donaldson books, amongst others. Have literally hundreds of kids' books stored away now. Yeah, all them old children's books become valuable, you know. Louis Pollard, I'm staying over. 25th is a Saturday. 25th is a Saturday, okay. That's what I do, because this year I went on a Thursday. Hello Mark, hello Stephen. Anywhere to buy themed coin folders for less than £20. My kids' are collection 50p and £2. Can't help you there. I don't really do coin folders. I haven't really got into that. I haven't got the space to store it and all that kind of stuff. So I can't really help you there. But if anybody does know, this is the Facebook one over here. This is the YouTube one over here. This is the Facebook one over here. So if anybody on Facebook that's watching, because there might be a couple, if anybody knows where you can get any decent coin folders from for this person, for Stephen, then by all means give him the link and post the link. Doesn't matter if they're from a different supplier, I'm not bothered. Just if anybody knows, give him the link so he can get them for his family. That'd be good. Hello Ian Williams coming on there. Nice to see you, Ian. So where was we talking about the Mint? So I just went on Thursday, travelled on Thursday, stayed on Friday, stay Saturday, stay Sunday. Yeah, probably do the same again next year. Okay, I'm up for that. I'm going to book that up. Scott, what do you reckon? Shall we have that? Are you still watching, Scott? I reckon you are. So, shall we have that on the 25th of January? So that'll be 25th, I'm going to go 24th, 23rd. So I'll go on the 23rd till the Sunday. I've kept a lot of toys too, says RJ, even though most of the packaging gone. Yeah, old toys are worth a lot of money as well, especially get old toys from when I was a kid, all the little cars and things like that. UK Coin Hunt does good folders for £3, otherwise I have a crappy CC they can have. So on to Stephen, there's someone called UK Coin Hunt and he does some folders for about £3, so try that. Ah, there he is, Warren's there. There you go, thanks Warren. Warren sorted Stephen out nicely. Dragon All Coins. So Disney, Lighty, Louise, message him, yeah, Scott, and hopefully Andrew, Mano, and Polyglot. I'm planning to arrive Friday or into Sunday. Mint trip. Steve's excited about a mint trip. I'm planning to arrive Friday and return Sunday. Yeah, I will probably go on the Thursday again and take my time and come back on the Sunday or the Monday, depending. If I'm coming on a train, I might come back on a Monday. So that'll be really good. And I've got an idea as well for that. Yeah, I've got an idea for a little bit of a competition or something, but we'll see what happens. Polly says, Steve, the old man agreed, so I'll be there. Cheers, old man. Nice. Well done. I hope the Mint change the rules again as soon as they see you walk through the door. Oh, get out of it, Compo Kid. You know, well, they could, yeah. Judith, I love it. We're going on a beer hunt. We're not scared. I confirmed I will do the January one, but not for November. Oh, I see. So you're up for the January one as well, are you, Scott? Yeah, well, maybe like I just won't bother November then and just leave it till January. I forgot about that when you see till you lot started mentioning it. Numbers are looking good for January. I've got a sofa you can kip on. Coin Snatcher. Thanks, Coin Snatcher. I forgot which one you are, man. Did I meet you over the weekend? Was you one of the ones I met over the weekend, Coin Snatcher, and I'm now being extremely rude in forgetting who it was I was talking to? I'm going 25th, remembrance of my dad's birthday. Starts at and subscribe to my channel when we should start. You can watch my efforts to get the idea of how I have poorly started. I've started to your subscriber numbers. Okey Steve. Coin Snatcher, the way Ian was with losing his card number, he will need that sofa. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't look happy Sunday morning when you couldn't get more 10p's in your change, haha. Yeah, well, you know, I wasn't very happy when I couldn't get more 10p's in the change. I didn't like it that they changed the rules on us while we were there. I thought it was a bit out of order, really. I'm all for rules. People think I've got a problem with authority. I haven't got a problem with authority. I can deal with authority. I don't mind rules. Rules is all right. Rules is fair. I like rules. I just don't think you should be walking around going, it's this rule for you, and it's this rule for you, and it's this rule for you. I don't think you should do that. I think it's a bit naughty. You make a rule and you stick to it. And if it costs you, it costs you. Change the rules a little bit, now and again, and get the balance right. We all change the rules with our businesses to get the balance right, but don't change it from every single day just because of certain people. That's the thing. Shouldn't be doing that. I've got 2 sofas, Coin Snatcher says, only 45 minutes from the Mint. See, that's interesting, that is. You know, makes it sort of like, ooh, that's tempting. Thought he was going to end up on a park bench, Ian, says Louise. I thought I was going to end up on a park bench. Just reading the thingies. Should be great. Can't wait to spend my birthday with our Coin family. You've got birthdays around then as well. Excellent. Okay, it's all Coin tubers welcome at mine anytime. It's my birthday tomorrow. Well, you'll get a bonus tomorrow then, or the day after. It's either, I think it's a midnight or something like that. You get your bonus, so it doesn't show up. Hello, Casper's. Casper's come in. Yeah, you can't see him. Yeah. Yeah. Come here. That's it. Look. Come to see Dad. Not paying you enough attentions, am I? No. You come in with a sullen face, you have, sullen chops. Poor Casper. Daddy's not paying you much attention. I love you lots. Love you, dude. Okay. Go on, look, your hairs are all over me again. Hello, Casper, says everybody. must admit it was funny. I was picturing Ian in the kitchen washing up to pay his bill. I was a bit worried at one point. I was thinking, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. Ian did his mine and business in January, so we thought we'd do the mint for it. Oh, I see. This is where this come from. Okay, yeah, I'm up for that. If you took all the 10p's out of the tills, where's the fairness in that to other collectors, as the mint can't always refill the tills with 10p's? Well, yeah, it's. You see, on the one hand, you might say, I could see how you could say that, but when I sat down and had a meeting with the manager, and Compo Kid, so you was there, so you saw me having a meeting with the manager or the manageress of the place, and I was having a meeting with her discussing this very issue, and she said the same thing as you. So I said, just a minute, I just want to get this clear in my head. You're telling me that, because she said the mint has to get the bags like anybody else, right? And immediately I don't see that. No, she was adamant, the mint gets the bags like anybody else. So I said, you're telling me that your bags of 10p's come from the bank and the post office like everybody else. You ship them out as you do, and when you want change for your tills, you're telling me that you go to the bank like everybody else, post office, and you get 10p's. And she said, yes. That's what she's saying, yes. We have to go and get our 10p's like everybody else. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't believe you. I don't believe you, because I'm watching bag after bag after bag after bag after bag of 10p come out and replenish those tills, right? There's no way you're getting that from a bank or a post office bag. You, all of you, know that that's impossible, because how many of you have gone out and got a bank bag of 10p's and gone searching through it? How many times do you get over and over and over and over again brand new bags? You don't. But these are brand new bags coming through again and again and again and again and again, day after day after day after day after day after day, and then with a straight face, they're looking straight into my eye, this lady, which is a lovely lady, very polite, no disrespect to the lady. I just think that the information that she is given is wrong. I'm not going to call the lady a fibber or anything like that. I said to her, I don't believe you, and I don't believe that the information that you're getting from above is correct. Because that's not possible. What you're telling me is not humanly possible. We all know, all of us, we all know, that is not humanly possible. If I go and put an order in for £2,000 a day at the post office, I'm not going to get bag after bag after bag after bag of brand new 10p's. It's not going to happen. You know, so if they were getting what they said they're getting, which is these bags from the bank or the post office, then why would they need to put a limit on the tills? Because they would have no idea on what they're going to get next. You've got no idea what you're going to get next when you go and get a £100 bag. Bungle's got no idea what he's going to get when he gets a £100 bag. How can you forecast that? How can you put a limit on before you've opened a single bag? And I'm insulted that I'm expected to swallow that, and I won't swallow that. I feel insulted. Somebody wants me to swallow that. That is category A BS, really. It is not possible. So if it's not possible, how else is it happening then? Well, it could only be happening because they are putting the coins that they're making in their change. And that also helps them sell the product that they're selling in their shop. So in a way, you could say that they've found a way to sell their product. You know, supposing before they start putting the 10p's in the till, no one's buying many postcards at 50p each. Now they put an unlimited quantity of 10p's through the till. Suddenly everybody's buying postcards at 50p each. They're selling thousands and thousands and thousands of postcards at 50p each. Thousands that cost a couple of pence to get printed, whilst giving out 50p and 10p's in the change. It's a win-win for them, it's a win-win for the person getting the change. But I certainly will not hold in any way, shape or form with the fact that because of what I did, that in any way encumbers coin collectors on the whole. Anybody can go into the mint and do what I did, as did a lot of the other coin tubers did what I did. And I'm not the only one who thinks of that kind of thing. There's people there that are doing it on a daily basis or several times a week. You might even yourself be going in there and getting several different lots of 10p's or whatever. You might not, I don't know. But I'm certainly not the only one doing it. And the fact that I did it on a larger scale than most everyday customers, and so did the guys I was with, that should really be neither here nor there, because at the end of the day, the people that I was with have travelled hundreds of miles. I've travelled from Weymouth all the way up there. Scott's travelled down from Manchester. Dean has travelled down from Scotland. So has Darren and Graham, flown down from Scotland. So why shouldn't they be? Why shouldn't people that have travelled miles and miles and miles be able to get extra like that, and then put it towards the cost of their trip? The amount of 10p's I've got, I've paid for my trip. I would not be embarrassed at saying that, and I wouldn't feel ashamed of saying that. If anybody thought I was out of order for that, well, I'd say, well, sorry, you just have to lump it, because I'm not apologetic for that. I found a way to pay for my trip. Maybe other people find ways to pay for their trip, and maybe I'm not the first person to pay for my trip in the way that, you know, we've all found money to pay towards our trip. But I certainly feel like everybody that I was with has probably had enough 10p's that you could say that if they sold them, they might not sell them, remember? But if they sold them, it would pay for half their trip. I'd say Steve probably collected enough 10p's to pay for half his trip and stuff like that. And I think that should be allowed. That should be okay. Why shouldn't that be okay? Should be okay to pay for your entire trip, you know. And then people that live far and far away from the mint also get a little bit of a result, like the people that live right next to the mint and can walk in every day. I just think what's wrong is to change the rules on individual people at will. Have the same rule for me travelling from Weymouth as you living in Lantrasant. That's fair. Whatever the rules are for you living in Lantrasant, rules is the same for me. That should be fair. The fact that you're lucky enough to live closer, that is a result. That's just a touch for you. Just like the fact that I'm lucky enough to live in Dorset and have the Weymouth Beach and the coastal areas that I've got here, touch. That's a result for me. People that live in Wales, in Lantrasant, result. You can just walk in there every day of the week and get whatever, you know. But the rules should be the same for everybody. You, me, and the people up in Scotland should all be the same. Should be changed. That's what I think anyway. I'll just, excuse me a second, turning my back on you. I just have a read. That's right, it appears 8 confirmed. Wow. And I certainly don't mean anything that I'm saying to be offensive to anybody or to any of you watching that maybe don't agree with what I'm saying. It's just that that's my perception of it. That's what I believe. That's what I've seen. And I like to go by what I see with my own eyes and what I can feel with my own hands. It was a £30 cab ride to, I got off the train, and when I was worried about what was going to happen when I got there, I got to Cardiff Central, jumped in a cab, and I said, I want to go to the Premier Inn at Lantrasant, please. And he said, yeah, that'll be 30 quid. You could have, when I picked my chin up off the floor, you know, and at that moment, I literally had something like 35 quid in cash in my pocket. £210 of 10p's last week and got no alphabet ones. Yeah, see, absolutely. Party time at the Beefeater, I think so. Scott says, my reliable post office told me he's never received a full bag of 10p. Yeah, and they're getting one every day, just don't believe it. Coin Snatcher says, I only got the Delilah postcard, the wind turbine at the mint. I got a couple of those. I didn't get many of those, but I could get a couple. Coin Snatcher says, I could only get 10 coins from the till today and 2 from the canteen. Hello, Zoe. What I hugely disagree with was the treatment of that poor disabled lady spoke about. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't, you know, I probably ranted a bit that too much. I probably went on about that a bit too much, really, but I made something too big out of something. I mean, I did think it was disgusting. I did think it was out of order. But it wasn't something I was going to go and get involved in, and I wasn't going to go and make a point of, you know, talking to somebody on behalf of somebody else. It wasn't my business, and I get myself into a lot of trouble by venturing into what is not really my business. All I did was I heard what had gone on, I talked to the person concerned, and then I went and had a chat, and we sorted it and with somebody else, and we made sure that she had a coin to go home with. Job done, you know. No, I'm done. She went home with her coin, which is what she travelled all the way down here, all them miles to come and get. And that's a bit I thought was a bit sad. It's like, you know, the lack of compassion and the lack of respect for people as customers travelling huge distances, spending vast amount of money just to go there in the first place. Just to turn up on the door is costing each and every one of you, all these people, an arm and a leg. Not the people that live there, granted, that's your result, that's cool. But anybody else, it's costing an arm and a leg. You've got to pay for the hotel, the food, the travel, everything, right? And then you've got to spend money on top of that. So to have given that disabled lady a strike your own would have been nothing. Would have been absolutely nothing. It would have been less than me taking one single solitary dog biscuit out of the bowl and not giving it to the dog, you know. Would have meant nothing to them. So that's all that was. But she got one in the end, so that was all right, because we made sure she had one and she went home with one and everyone was happy. Coin Snatcher, they were aware of what was happened with Ian getting loads at the weekend. Yeah, there was. I mean, the lady had said she'd seen some of our videos and stuff. Compo, I don't know what's going on, but are you serious, Ian? £35 for the taxi? No, I had £35 in my pocket. The taxi was 30 quid. Or no, sorry. No, the tax was 30 quid. I had 45 quid in my pocket. I give the taxi driver 40 quid, that's right, because I gave him a tip. So it was a 40 quid ride to where I went, which I didn't realise it at first, but then, you know, it turned out it was pretty cool. It was a cool, it was a cool place to be. I thought we had a great time. There wasn't many of us at our hotel because we were quite a way away from where they was, like Bungle and Christopher Collects and all of that. They were at Cardiff Central, I think it was, or in Cardiff itself, which was about, well, it was back 30 quid cab mile ride the other way, so it must have been the same place. And they'd all been booked in one hotel, and there was 6 of us that was booked into the hotel that we was booked into. I think 6 of us. Me, Dean, Darren, Graham, Steve Fraser, Scott Donaldson. Yeah, so there were 6 of us booked into that hotel. So it was, and they were all sort of videoing and stuff, really. They were doing a lot of the videoing stuff, whereas we wasn't. We were sitting there chatting and one thing and another. So we sort of ended up doing that, didn't we, fellas, for till closing time, both nights. It finished off closing time. Then the second night on a Saturday, a couple of the guys came over. So Womble came over, which was great to meet Womble, Al, and Bungle and Lady M came over, so it was great to meet them. So they came over for a few drinks on that night, and like I say, it just went on almost until closing both nights. It was, no one got hammered. I had a couple over the top, mind. I did have a few too many, but I wasn't drunk or tipsy. But I'd had more than I normally would. Yeah, I had about 4 drinks more than I normally would. But yeah, it was nice. Really enjoyed it, and it was great meeting up with them all, and we had a great time. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I'm getting me burgers. How sad. I moved to Bristol from London to be closer to the Mint. Must be mental. Well, not really. I mean, you know, mind you might consider yourself mental if you specifically moved all the way down to the closest possible house you could move to by the Royal Mint, just because you collect coins. Now that would be a bit mental. Buying the absolute closest house. I think it was. I think it was. What was I going to say about the cab ride to the Mint? Oh yeah, I think maybe I could have maybe got a bit closer. I assumed I needed to go to Cardiff Central. It's just what I assumed. So I bought the ticket. I went, yeah, Cardiff Central. But of course, you got various different Cardiff stations and around there. So I think I needed to go on a bit further, like the Pontyclun or something like that. But next time I will make sure I organise it a little bit better. But yes, up for it. So there's 8 of us going already, is there? 9 of us going already. And me and Scott will have to organise our bookings again. Right, so if you'll forgive me now, it is coming up to 8:30. It's time for my Scotch and Coke. And my burger, it is. And I'll just upload these and there we go. Thank you everybody for popping in. It's very nice to see you all. It was a holiday for you, Ian. You're entitled to have a drink. We all had a fab time. It was holiday for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. MRB says I got a taxi from Pontyclun, only 9.20, and got an E10p in my change. See, that's a result, isn't it? You like that then? And you know it's like, it's a nice couple of quid back. I don't know how many miles it was, Mark. I think it was about 20, 30. Thank you very much, everybody. Nice to see you. Everybody saying night, night, night. Perhaps we'll do this again then. If you've enjoyed it, we'll do it again. It's been about 50 people watching, I think. Yeah, wow. 50 people watching this stuff. So, yeah, we might do that again then. All right then. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm on tomorrow, and I'm on tomorrow doing the live at on YouTube. So I'll see you at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much.